All right. We're doing Hit versus Omen Goku. I have Hit. Hybris has Omen Goku. I think Hit scales above because he just made Jan show a level of power, more power than he did against Omen Goku.
You say that he made Jiren use more power than what he used against Omen Goku, correct?
Yes.
Okay, like how do you prove that?
Okay. When Hit used his time ability against Jiren, right? Everyone in the crowd was shocked that Jiren had a level of power that surpassed what he was capable of displaying, right? And even Hit himself was surprised, even though they just seen Hit. All right. Are you aware of the scene like when he trapped Jiren in the time cage?
Yes.
Are you aware that after that they were shocked that Jiren had a level of power that was capable of like going past that?
I think they say that they were surprised that Jiren was able to transcend the time skip.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me see.
So, what's the deal with that?
Okay.
If you're stronger than somebody, then you can overpower certain hacks in Dragon Ball.
So you agree that hacks in Dragon Ball is dependent on the power of the leader?
If you're way above your enemy, you can probably dispel the hacks. Yeah.
No, yeah, I'm agreeing with you, right? So you agree with that notion. Okay. So if they're surprised that Jiren had that level of power, right? Then that means the power that he displayed in that moment was more than the one that he used against Goku.
Or that it's just interesting that he's surpassing something as specific as time, right? Because that's the comment.
Yeah, and
that's what Barrow says, for example.
Yeah, and that the time, right, was a hacks that was dependent on Hit's power, which we could just agree to.
No, I didn't agree to that. I said that in Dragon Ball you can dispel hacks if you're way stronger than the user of the hacks. I didn't say that all the hacks are dependent on the power of the user.
Okay. So you don't think that...
For example, you have Babidi, right? He's garbage, but he can control people way stronger than him, right?
Yeah, that's different. That's magic. Magic
but
is
that's a hacks, right?
No, but magic. I wouldn't say magic necessarily a hacks. Magic is more so like a something that you can like I don't know, sensu beam.
Okay, define hacks. Define hacks then.
My opinion, like what I think of hacks is like something that you can output with your own capability that comes from your body, right? Like an ability, like magic. And
why does magic doesn't count if Babidi is the one using it with his body?
Yep, no, because magic is something that anyone can learn. Like
how do you know?
What do you mean? How do I know? Like everyone has
magic. Why do you think anybody can learn magic in Dragon Ball? I never heard of that.
Because multiple people in Dragon Ball has magic.
Like 4?
Kami, Supreme Kai, who else?
Yeah, but Kami was born with those magical abilities in Supreme Kai as well.
Okay,
so they were born like that. They didn't learn that.
Wait, how do you know that?
Well, Kami has those abilities because he's Namekian.
Why did all Namekians have magic? Isn't like they're different?
Yeah, they do. They create Dragon Balls. They create clothes.
Not all Namekians have magic. I don't think all men.
Okay, when we know about the first time we heard about Namekians, they explain us Namekians are people with very mysterious abilities. Okay, so it's something common in the race. They can do weird stuff that most people in the universe cannot, aka making clothes, aka making Dragon Balls. They are born like that, Curling. It's part of the race.
No, okay. Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't there like schooling or teaching in the making race? Did she teach you how to do these things? For instance, Dende.
Dende was that they will have the same proficiency, but they are clearly do that by race.
Why? Well, Vegeta could just be making a statement after the elders that already learned it. Like it doesn't have something that
he doesn't know about them precisely. He only knows they are mysterious and have special traits.
Yeah. He can making those statements after the Mechans that he heard of. which were probably adults, right? Who are
Portray that they are special people.
I'm agreeing with
Okay,
like
can you
the
tell me? Can you tell me who taught Piccolo how to make clothes? Who?
when did
Who,
he
instru-
learn?
who
All right,
instructed Piccolo how to make clothes?
all right,
Nobody.
wait, when did he learn how to make clothes?
Uh, we never
Uh,
see that, but he can.
no, I'm not saying that like he has. I'm saying like when is it first shown that he can?
He does for Gohan many times. He
Okay.
does. He creates a uniform similar to Goku's for Gohan.
Well,
He
he can
then
just have.
creates.
Yeah,
Can
he
I
can
finish?
just. Okay.
Okay, he creates another uniform similar to his own for Gohan for the Cell game. So yeah, he creates clothes.
Yeah,
Nobody told him how to do that.
he can just have knowledge from his past self when he was King Piccolo. We already know
And
that we
who
know.
and who taught him Piccolo how to make clothes?
What do you mean? Was he not born on Namek?
But he
Was
never
he?
got education from them. He's like
Huh?
he's like a Superman. He came as a baby.
King Piccolo?
Yeah, he came as Kami and then divided into King Piccolo.
Maybe I don't remember that, but even if that was the case, right? Wasn't it
Because you have to
like?
read the manga, dude.
Yeah, I gotta.
Okay.
Uh, wait, do do you not know why? Like, if Piccolo died, Kami also dies.
No, I'm aware of that, but
Because they
no,
are connected.
Yeah,
I
like
know that,
they're the
but
same nigga.
no, I know that. I'm saying he's saying that he's like not from Nam, like he wasn't born on Namek. I forgot about that. But
Well,
Yeah,
King Piccolo specifically wasn't born in Namek because he was divided on the lookout, but it counts because he was Kami. He's meant to be Kami, the counterpart, so it counts.
oh, okay, I forgot. But wait, let me see. Give me like a minute. Hold on.
Anyhow, so that means that I guess we can consider magic as a hex, correct? So can we move on?
I was looking someone on call me right quick. But okay, we see right when Kami used the ship, right when he traveled to Earth. 'Cause I just searched it up, right? He at least had basic knowledge on his Namekian like civilization, I would say, because he's aware of like how to operate the ship and whatever. Do you agree with that?
Um, the ship. You only need to say fly, and the ship flies and where you want to go. So it's very basic. It's
Yeah,
not like it's not like he made a course in NASA to how to use a fucking
he
ship, right? It's
he
like
doesn't have
something very
no.
basic.
He doesn't have to do that. I'm not saying he has to like make a fucking spaceship, or whatever, right? But he,
What I'm saying is that you only need to tell the ship fly, and it flies. So it's very, very basic.
yeah.
You don't even need to touch it.
Wait, so we know that he has knowledge on where he came from. It's not as if he doesn't
No,
have knowledge.
no, he doesn't know where he came from.
What?
He only knows he's different, but he doesn't
That
know where the hell he came from.
I just provided a reason that he has
No,
knowledge.
because he doesn't even know the name of his people when he's presented with that
He
notion.
he can speak their language.
Yeah, that's different. That doesn't mean he knows where he came from.
I probably worded it wrong. He
Okay,
doesn't have.
when Vegeta says, "Oh, look, Piccolo is an Namekian," they're like special people that make Dragon Ball. So if we go to that planet, we can learn more about this. And when Kami hears that, so that's why I'm fucking different. I'm from a different place.
Okay,
Oh, oh.
I probably worded it wrong. He doesn't have to have knowledge knowledge where he came from, but he has
Okay.
knowledge he has knowledge on the language, right?
He has the
So if he,
language, I guess, because he's an American. Just that. I know.
well,
I know. In real life, if you are, let's say, born in USA, you don't speak English automatically, correct? Somebody has to teach you how to learn English. But I guess in Dragon Ball, you only have that because you are an American. If you're an American, then you speak American. As weird as
why?
it sounds, well,
Why?
because this is fiction, Krillin. This is fiction.
No, you're just saying, you're just trying to make it seem like because you think that's the way it is, that's the way it goes, right? I'm just
The
showing you
way
that
it goes in real life, correct?
no, I'm just showing you that Kami has knowledge on the Namekians, right? He doesn't know where he came from. He has knowledge, which was clearly taught to him. You're saying, well, it doesn't have to be taught. You have to
He
provide
doesn't even
evidence on why who
remember
he
his
came.
dad. He doesn't even remember his dad, dude. Who?
No,
How is he going? How is he going to remember such things when he doesn't even remember where he came from?
nigga, do you think Goku was Goku's dad? No,
Well,
Goku
he
doesn't
he.
know his dad.
No, yeah, that's a difference because Goku's experiencing memory loss. That's different.
Okay, why is it different? I'm just showing you that
Memory loss is different. Come on.
no, okay. I'm showing you that he has knowledge on things. You're saying, well, because he does. How do you know his dad was in his life? That's first of all. Like you're saying he doesn't know his dad. Like
What?
why does that matter? You're saying because
How
he
does he know
doesn't
what?
like why couldn't his dad have died? Why did he know his like him not knowing his dad doesn't change anything I'm saying.
No,
But
what I'm telling you, if people who doesn't know such basic things and as who your dad is, where you came from, what makes you think he got like some degree of advanced instruction by his people?
why okay. First of all,
Like
no,
some
wait,
of the first things kids learn in school are who's your dad, what's your name, where you come
no,
from, and like he
no.
doesn't know. Yeah,
Hybrid.
yeah.
I think you're aware of this, but not everyone knows your dad. You don't have to know your dad to have knowledge, basic knowledge on things. And we know that magic in the Namekians
Yeah,
were,
but you're going as far as suggesting that something as advanced as magic will be part of him because
no,
somebody told him how to, despite
you're not
not
letting me
knowing
speak.
something even more basic like your
You're
dad.
not letting me speak. You're not letting me speak, right? What I'm
Because
saying
it
is,
doesn't make sense.
no, because magic is something basic on Namek. You literally taught it from when you were young.
How do you know that?
I just showed you that I just told you that they went to
No, how
school.
do you know? Doesn't mean he got that.
He ha- oh, okay, Hybris.
No.
We
Okay,
can move on.
what's your example of somebody being told at very young age? Dende?
Dende,
Dende?
I can show instances
Okay,
from the
no.
manga.
Question. How do you know Dende is not older than Kami when he got out of Namek? How do you know that?
We're not given a specific age for either of them.
Okay, you
We
don't
just know
know.
that they're both young.
Then you cannot prove this.
We just know that they're both young. It's something that's taught when you're young.
That doesn't mean anything.
Why? Okay, I feel
Because
like
Dende could be older than Kami, and he got that instruction while Kami
he could
didn't.
be. Yeah, he could be. But why is he?
Yeah, but you are the one asserting that he is, so you cannot prove that. So your argument has no evidence.
Not that. Okay, we can just move on.
Okay, do you want to drop the point?
Yeah, what was this point?
Okay, let's next point.
What point is this again?
Well, we were talking about how magic can be interpreted as a hacks in Dragon Ball.
Okay, we could drop that.
So magic is a hacks in Dragon Ball. Let's continue.
Okay.
Okay, this ties back to my notion that you can affect people that are stronger than you. Obviously, despite the fact you're garbage. My example was Bavity. Bavity is able to control the Bura, despite Bavity being massively weaker than the Bura. So, in certain occasions, it works. It's not always about you're equal to your opponent or stuff like that.
Okay, well, with the Bobby thing, I think Bobby manipulates it like, and he taps into your mind and make you manipulate your own self, right? And make you go off like with Vegeta, right? He was going off of Vegeta's desires and like was basically coaching Vegeta to turn into him. It's not like he was overpowering Vegeta to necessarily like force him to do it. It's something that like he made Vegeta do off of his like convincing. So I don't think that's
Yeah,
necessarily.
but there's like a difference between what he does.
We cut out there. What'd you say?
There's a difference between Majin Vegeta and, let's say, Popovich or Dabura.
Okay, so why?
Vegeta is not absolutely under his control. Presumably because Vegeta is too strong or too arrogant to be controlled by Babidi.
Yeah. So why is it different between like Deborah and Spopovich?
Because Dabura is fully controlled. And Majin Vegeta is stronger than Dabura. So the assumption we make is that Vegeta was too strong and too arrogant to be controlled.
No, I just think Vegeta has better like mental toughness than Deborah. I think that's all that proves. Doesn't really prove that because he's stronger than it's a case between like
But
strength.
he dispels like the control by getting stronger. So I think it's very clear. Like when he gets out of Babidi's control, he's powering up.
No, or it could just like Bobby couldn't convince him. Like
okay, do you remember what happens when Majin Vegeta regains control? He's powering up.
He was always like under his own control.
He's fighting for his own control.
So okay, so there's an instance, yeah. Okay. So there's an instance. I think we're talking about the same thing, like where Bobby's like telling him to kill the Supreme Kai, and like he was in his head telling him to, trying to convince him to, and Vegeta says no, like saying keep their own pride or something. I mean, I'm going off of the dub, right? Like even though he powers up, right, it still shows a sign of resistance because Bobby's trying to teach him to do it, not teach him, but like coach him to do it, right? And he was saying no. So him powering up to just like signify him breaking out of his own shell, not necessarily between like because of power, but because of his mental toughness.
Say that it could be just power, or it could be the combination of between being too strong and being too arrogant or too prideful. So it still goes to my reasoning.
I don't think you.
Yeah, I brought that.
Nah, you brought up that. I don't think that's like. So you're saying both can happen at the same time.
Well, yeah, because if you compare Deborah to Vegeta, they are similar characters, right?
In terms
They
of
are
what?
in terms of being very prideful. Vegeta, of course, is pride about being the prince of all Saiyans, an elite warrior, and Deborah is very prideful about being the king of the demon realm, the strongest there, the one who defeats all the other demons. So they're similar in that regard.
Not necessarily. I would say that Vegeta is.
I'm just saying they're similar, dude. You don't have to say they're the same. I'm not saying that. So don't go into so much detail.
I'm not going to do that. I'm saying.
Okay.
Okay, sure. They can be similar, fine.
And Deborah is more evil than Vegeta per se. Like Vegeta is like a great type of character. He's like arrogant. He could kill people, but at the same time wants to defend certain people, aka Bulma, aka Trunks. So it's like a nuanced personality. He has evil, but it's not full evil. So that's something that helps him again the control as well. So that's why I say being arrogant and certain things about his persona also help. But when he does break free, we clearly see that he's powering up.
Okay, I think he learned how to like defend people later on, but we can move on from that point. So
well, he tried to defend Trunks, well, to some degree defend Trunks against Cell, right? You know, Cell kills Trunks, and he acts like I have to fight Cell now on, despite knowing that he's way weaker.
That's after he built a connection with Trunks.
Yeah, I'm just saying that we have previous examples of Vegeta trying to caring about somebody, correct?
Yeah, but I don't want to get like too into this, but sure.
Okay.
Okay.
So another instance of somebody breaking free is like you have Kaioshin in the Budokai Tenkaichi trying to stop Gohan, right?
Supreme Kai?
Yeah, Kaioshin, Supreme Kai.
Trying to stop Gohan from like getting from moving like in which
from moving. There's like paralysis move.
Oh, from Yakan and Spopovich.
No, before no Yamu, Yamu and
Yeah, yeah,
Stahovich.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Uh,
So like he was too strong for Kaioshin. We know
yeah.
that we know that Kaioshin is meant to be close to Great for Goku from the Cell games. So despite the fact that he was somewhat close to Gohan, he couldn't do much. So it only goes to tell that many hacks in Dragon Ball have very different ways in which they work and against who you can use them. There's no guarantee of you being able to use them all the time.
So you think hacks work definitely dependent on the user?
Well, for instance, yeah, it depends. It has many factors, like how close in power you are, the specific hacks you are using, the limit of the hacks. For example, in the case of hit, if you become too fast, you can overpower the time skip, right?
Uh,
This is done by Goku in both iterations of Dragon Ball. In the anime, he simply goes Kaioken, which increase his speed and power, and he
mhm.
moves inside the time skip. In the case of the manga, he goes blue and becomes able to move inside the time skip.
Yeah, okay, I agree with that. So like hits, so like we were saying, hits power or his hacks, right? It's like if you become too fast or too strong or physically overwhelm hit, then you can you can go past his hacks,
The
right?
problem is that in the TLP, hit is like very basic. For example, you have somebody from the Pride Troopers called Kunchi. I don't know if you remember him. It's not a dude that likes to fight with
The lasso thing, the goat thing.
may maybe he likes to make key wires on the
Yeah, like a
ground,
rope.
and if you touch them, like they explode.
Yeah, like a rope. Yeah,
Okay, yeah. So Kunchi, for example, is able to move inside a time skip.
he is.
He's able to speak inside and react to heat going to attack him. Yeah.
So like okay, all this fine, right? So like I was saying, hits hacks or is consistently like his hacks that he uses is dependent on his power. And if you're physically overpower him by a large margin, you can break out of it. So right, his hacks depends on his power.
Yeah, to some degree.
Okay, so like I was saying, right, the hacks that he displays, right, against Jiren, they were surprised that Jiren had that level of power to overcome hit, even though they just seen Jiren display a certain power of his.
We have to make a distinction. Um, I do agree that the Tokyo-Tobashi is linked to power. Okay, but do you think the same happens for the time lag?
I had to, you know. I don't like did I don't think there's like anything that.
I think it's very clear, as we explained before, for the Tokyo-Tobashi. But what about the time lag?
Why is it different?
It's a different power.
It comes from him. It's one of his hacks. If like
Yeah, but
if we know it's
okay.
if no it's yeah.
Make the user being the same person doesn't mean all his hacks are gonna work the same way.
Why is that the case?
Um. Okay. For instance, Babidi, right?
Body's something completely different. We already agreed to
No,
like
no, no. I'm gonna make you an example. Babidi is garbage. Okay, we agree on
mhm,
that.
okay
But Babidi is able to create a barrier, which is able to protect him from Boo's explosion and Vegeta's explosion.
okay
Okay. On the other hand, we established that Babidi's hacks about controlling evil people were overpowered by a weaker Vegeta. So the barrier can take more power than what he can control in terms of people. So there we go. They can work differently.
yeah, okay that's fine for Bobby, right? But why does the same thing apply here for kid?
You know,
Like what's it what
I'm providing a skepticism based on previous examples. So you are the one asserting that they have to work the same way. So why
I'm
do you
not
think they have to work the same way?
I'm not denying your possibility, right? I'm saying that like his power, right? It's been consistently shown that all the power or hacks that he used is dependent on his strength, right? So
He
unless
only has one example. He
no,
only
it's
has
not.
one
No,
example.
it's
Yeah, the
not.
time skip. That's the only one he has.
No. Okay. What about that like invisible thing that he used to assassinate people? Like he killed
Invisible
Goku with.
what? The invisible
Like
what?
it's like he punches air. It's like one of those hacks. Like that's what he used to kill Goku.
Do you call that a hacks?
Yeah.
Which
You
is
don't think
not
that's a
like.
hack?
Is it not just like a key attack?
No, because can't. I don't.
Yeah,
I
but
don't think
Goku can
so.
also punch the air. So what's the
I don't,
difference?
I don't think so. Isn't it
I do
like
I do understand that it's different in the sense that it's harder to like identify where it's coming from, right? But does that mean it's a hacks?
uh Goku never really like he does he sense the like I don't think it's necessarily key in itself. I don't think
He
that's what
has
he
he
senses.
has trouble sensing hit key in that episode. Yeah,
Yeah, it's not necessarily that it's like the move itself was key. I don't think so. I think he was just trying to figure out Hit's presence.
there's only one mechanic in the burst with which you can attack your opponent, which is key. So
No, I'm saying why like
unless you have something like a laser or something like that,
yeah, I mean I don't think that move necessarily was key.
what other thing could it be?
A hack, like I was saying.
How do you know?
Because he doesn't sense the like that blast.
Okay, but you can hide key and still be
No matter how small the key is, you can
the
still
people for
sense it.
the
No,
people for example the people for Universe 9, they have key, but you cannot sense that key. That doesn't mean it's not key.
mm, okay, I don't think for the android you usually can't sense the android's key. God is something different. You have to like train to like learn God key.
Yeah, but it's key. But
No,
it's
but
key.
no, but what you're arguing is that uh hit is basically suppressing it to a certain amount, which Goku can't.
This is what I'm saying. You said that it's not key because Goku was not able to sense it, correct?
Yeah,
And
sure.
I present to you other instances of things that you cannot sense, but despite of that, they are key. Okay? So your argument that just because we cannot sense it, it has to be something different than key doesn't really work.
No, but you brought up examples like God key, right? God key is divine, right? Goku isn't a divine being. Divine key is
But it's
something like
key. Yeah,
it, it
that's the
like
point. It's key.
it doesn't like work to this. It's not the same thing. You have like okay, first you have God key and regular key. At that moment, Goku can sense both. But now you're trying to bring up like this other version of key that we haven't heard
No, I'm
of.
not saying that. I'm not
Yes,
saying
you
that.
are.
I'm
Goku can
saying
sense
that
God key and regular
whatever
key at this
whatever
moment.
the no, whatever the method he is using, he's hiding his key. Okay?
Why?
I'm
Because
not I'm
Goku
not
can sense key. He can
You
sense
just said
both
that.
versions of the
You
key.
just said that. That's the explanation.
What?
That's the explanation. The only mechanic of power for hit is to use key. If Goku cannot sense that, it only means that hit has a method to hide his key.
No, I didn't say it was key. I said it was a
No,
hacks.
yeah, but you cannot prove that.
You're okay, hybris. You're saying it's key, and it's been shown in the past that okay, Goku can't sense key, but I'm saying Goku can sense all forms of key, so it can't be key. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, what about the wolf from Universe 9?
The
Goku's
what?
able to sense ki, Goku's able to sense God ki, but for whatever reason, he cannot sense the people from Universe 9. Why?
What are you talking
Why is Goku unable to sense the people from Universe 9?
about? I don't know what you're talking about. Can you
Oh,
show me?
you don't know what I'm talking about. Well,
No, I'm not.
you have to watch the anime. Okay, I'm gonna explain you. When Goku goes to the exhibition match, he fights the wolves, correct? Bergamo, Lavender, and Basil. Only Bergamo, but you get the point. Okay? You remember that?
Okay.
Okay. In the case of those three wolves, you cannot sense their key. Okay?
Can you show me that? Because I've never seen that before a day in my life.
Okay. I'm gonna invest my time in getting the scan in which they cannot sense their power. Give me a second.
Okay, that's fine. Dark. Shut up, nigga.
Oh my god.
Okay.
This nigga really just
BC
called me.
scans.
Oh.
BC scans.
BC scans.
But like, I never seen this before.
And in the case of the androids, we know that they do have ki, but for whatever reason we cannot sense that energy as well. So there are methods in Dragon Ball in which you can hide your ki, your presence. And despite the fact you have ki, some people cannot sense that, even though they can with normal guys. Like, let's say Goku, okay? He's very good at sensing ki, but even this is hiding from him. It's hidden, sorry.
Damn.
Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, I never. I'll drop this point.
Okay, what's the next point?
What was this again? This was about
You were gonna establish if the time lag. What's the mechanic of the time lag? How strong, how close do you have to be to affect somebody?
Okay, so you just proved, but you disproved me saying that hit like.
What I'm providing to you is that there are reasons to be a skeptic to the many things you are trying to say in this debate. Like, we have many examples of the past in which things work in different ways, and they don't always have to be the same in all the cases of hacks we have in Dragon Ball. So I asked you, how does a time lag work in the case you're trying to use it? Because the idea I'm getting is that you're trying to portray that heat is close to Jiren's power because the time lag is able to work, or no? Tell me.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying is that hit makes Jiren use more power than he used against Omen Goku. That's what I was trying to argue. I'm
With
saying
the
that.
time lag.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, but what you have to understand that even if we go into the notion that yes, Jiren has to use more power to overpower the time lag, that doesn't mean he scales to that.
Why? Okay, we see that
Because Krillin, we established that the user is disconnected to the ability of the hacks. Yes, they are the casters, they are the users, but the hacks tend to work in different ways to what they can produce with their, let's say, punches or physical might. That's the point of a hacks.
Okay, what about when Jiren starts to overpower the time lapse, right? But then we see with each move that he takes, Hit is also struggling to contain Jiren. It's like Hit uses his own physical power to contain Jiren with the time. Right? So what Hit is doing, what Jiren is doing, is like he is containing Jiren with his own physical power.
With the hacks.
Yeah.
So that doesn't mean he scales to the hacks. He produces the hacks, but doesn't mean he scales to that.
Yeah. I can see it.
So what I'm saying is that UI Goku or Omen Goku is just too fast. And as we can see, UI Goku is like in a sort of battle trance. He just goes to attack with all he has.
Yeah, I didn't. Fuck. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna
And
make arguments.
furthermore, he doesn't start with a time lag. Like, he has to build up until the point he can use it, and it's only effective in trying to drop somebody from the arena. It's not like it will have worked for a long time to the point he can damage hit or
Yeah,
Jiren. Sorry.
that's why I was more so going over like it's dependent on his physical power. That's why I needed
It's
to make
something.
that point.
It's also something that he only uses at the very last second. So if he doesn't start with that again, Omen Goku's just gonna win.
I don't necessarily think so. I don't think that Jiren or Hit was necessarily trying to fight back against Jiren. I think he was more so trying to drag the fight on long enough to I don't think he was trying to actually attack Jiren until the very last. Because even after he got knocked out, he was saying to win this battle was dependent on one hit, right? It's not like he was actually going to hit Jiren, and once he actually did, he actually lands a hit against Jiren.
I don't really understand what you just said.
Basically, he was not trying to fight back against Jiren until the very end.
He
So
was not trying to hit Jiren until the very end.
yes,
I don't think he really has a choice.
I think he did, right? Because like I said,
Well, you see, Hit is getting demolished by Jiren.
yeah, because he's letting himself, right? Like
Does
he
he
said,
have a different chance?
yeah, like I said, right? He said that his entire fight against Jiren was dependent on one hit, and once he tries to go for it, he lands a hit against Jiren, right?
I understand that the time lag is his best chance, but that doesn't mean he could have done different from the previous exchanges, like getting beaten up many times before.
He literally repeats the same move over and over again, so he can like contain more time. Like if every time he did the time skip, he got hit, and he kept on repeating it. Even like Cabo or like people who understand, you're like, oh, why is he keeps doing it? And Cabo's like, oh, because Hit has a plan or something like that, right? He was doing it on his own free will. It's not like he couldn't do anything besides that, but he was just planning to do it, and he was hoping for one hit, which he landed.
The explanation Kaba provides is that he's trying to use time skip to gain whatever advantage he could and try
Yeah.
to minimize the damage he was taking.
I don't. He didn't.
He says that.
The minimize damage part. I mean,
Yeah, he says Hit-san is making sure to block whenever Jiren hits him. His damage should be minimal.
okay. Well, yeah, it still shows like he has a choice to block or not. So he's
Yeah, it's like my speed plus the time skip gives me a certain chance of fighting this Jiren.
Yeah, but the thing is, right? We know that he has the speed to block it, right? But what he's doing with the time is that he's building up time so he can unleash the what you call it, the time lapse. It's not. I don't think like he.
But this is not the Jiren you said that scales above Omen.
Huh?
This is not the Jiren that you said that scales above Omen.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. I know.
So
I mean,
like all these feats, all this exchange of Hit getting like beat down by a Jiren is like they don't really scale to Omen.
yeah, I know. I mean, yeah, I conceded. I didn't.
Think about the narrative. They present you Omen as this thing that even the gods are afraid of, and on the other hand, nobody cares about Hit when he's using the time shit. Nobody.
No, I think they're good.
I talk about the character, right? Not you, not me. I think
No,
it's
I
cool,
know.
but the characters there, nobody cares about that.
I feel like there was kind of like hinting of like a showdown between Hit and Jiren, even like right before Goku fights Jiren, like or after he blasts Kel. So like I agree, almost like a bigger thing, but I think they still like kind of imply like Jiren versus Hit was gonna be something special.
Yeah. So, do you have another topic?
Another topic.
Yeah.
Let me save this first.